Alright, hey guys, it's Justin Bobbier here with the Nashville Radio. Today I'm sitting down with local artist Devin Dawson, and we're going to be talking about his show coming up April 9th at the High Watt.
Yep.
But first off, man, how's your day going so far?
My day has been pretty crazy. Running around, started out writing. I write every morning. Had class today, internship. Forgot that I hadn't eaten all day, so I went to eat, and that's why I'm late. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it's all good.
It was a pretty nice day. It was awesome.
Right on, dude. Well, yeah, I'm glad that you ate. You know, eating's pretty important.
Yeah, you can tell I probably should eat a little bit more, but, you know, doing my best here.
You know, stressful life, right?
Yeah, good stress.
Yeah, especially because I was going to say, you know, you had that YouTube Taylor Swift match.
Yeah.
She get a lot of questions about that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, got like, was it like, how many hits? Like 12 million?
I think it's 22 million now,
22?
actually.
Wow, that's really cool, man.
Yeah, it's insane.
Have you had any, like, moments where you've been in public and had, like, oh my god, it's Devin Dawson?
Oh my god moments, no, but there's definitely been a couple things, like, I frequent Fido, you know, that coffee shop over there off in Hillsborough.
Yeah, everybody.
I love that place. I'm there all the time, but I usually, some people kind of come up to me and they're like, are you that guy? It's funny to, like, see how people bring it up, because nobody wants to say, like, are you the guy in the Taylor Swift video or whatever, and I just kind of like smile and wait to see what they say, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, are you the guy that did the thing with the girl that tweeted that one word, and then... But yeah, I mean, that's cool. And then I work at a bartend over at Bricktops on the weekends, and I've been known to take pictures with some bachorette parties, you know what I mean?
Right on.
So it's all good stuff, man. I love when people come up and talk to me. That's what it's all about, you know?
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's great to hear, keeping it humble.
Yeah.
But now looking forward past the YouTube video, you know, you got your own career. Tell us a little more about you, Devin Dawson, the artist.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say artist, because the last 4 years maybe, I've just been hustling as just solely a songwriter. I hate saying just a songwriter because the word just is really negative. So I like saying solely a songwriter, which pretty much meant that I just wrote songs for other people. And it was more like a lifestyle thing. Like, I really, you know, wanted to I had just got off touring full-time for 4 years as a musician, so I really needed to, like, take a breath and kind of be at home base, you know what I mean? And writing was a good way to, you know, stay at home but still, you know, get out that creative, just, you know, blessing/curse that I have, that I just need to write, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, with all the things that have been going on, I have an opportunity to start singing my own songs. And see where that takes me with a couple opportunities, and see if I can do it in a way that I want to do it, and trying to figure out what that is, you know what I mean? So I think we're going to take a turn and do the artist thing and see where that leads, rather than just write for other people. But I'll still be doing both full time. I'll still write for other people for the rest of my life, just because that's the way my brain works.
Yeah.
But I have this, you know, undying passion for performing and for traveling and for trying to help people through the creative process and all that stuff. So it's something that's just, it's almost like a path that I'm just being called to follow regardless, you know, and so I'm just kind of just going for it, you know.
Right on, dude. Well, yeah, like, what is like, with the switching of this path, you know, what is the mindset, you know? Obviously, there's a very different mindset from being the one behind the scenes to stepping out on stage. What's the mindset?
It's funny. I started out I started out playing bass, and it's like I almost, you know, we sign up to be in the background as a bass player, as a songwriter. You know, and it's kind of weird that I naturally gravitated towards songwriting, because it's kind of like I said, you sign up to be in the background. But now being, you know, taking a chance to go out and be the guy up front. It's something that feels natural too, just as much as just being a songwriter felt natural to me. So again, I'm kind of just going with the flow. But it is different. Like, you know, before, when I got into a room to write, I would say, you know, I would be with an artist or I'd be with a songwriter, and we would say, all right, who are we writing for today? Or maybe this song we get through a verse and it's like, man, this is really Tim McGraw, or, man, we, you know, different various artists, you know. But now it's like a whole different conversation, because people are like, oh, you're doing the artist thing now, well, let's get a song for you.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, would I say this line? Would I sing this melody? Is this too high? Do I need to take the key down? And so the conversation is just totally different, and I love it, actually. It's really cool. But it's crazy to think, you know, the mindset of a songwriter versus the mindset of an artist is so different. And a lot of times it's difficult to separate those two places in my mind. And so I'm learning how to figure out which songs are for other people and which songs are for me. And so it's a process every single day. I'm just trying to learn, you know.
Yeah, and so when you say, you know, songs for other people and songs for you, what are the, like, when you write a song, you're like, wow, this is really a me song. You know, what kind of song is that?
Man, it's one of those things, it's, you know, I can tell you who I am as an artist in my brand, but it's one of those things that's kind of an unspoken feeling, you know. You just like, man, this is so me, like, but, and I think, you know, because I'm kind of new to making this turn as an artist rather than a songwriter, I think, you know, the next couple months and maybe even a year is going to be spent figuring out what that is exactly that is me. And I mean, I know who I am, but it's a conversation about trying to let people in on who I am and what to tell them to know who I am really as a person, you know. So it's more about being honest and let things, you know, come out the way they want to come out, and just hoping that people accept it and that they can relate to it, really, you know.
That's cool, man.
Yes.
Well, where can people, you know, talk about all these songs? You know, like, where can they hear them? If are they?
Yeah. So right now, like I said, as being a songwriter before, now trying to do the artist thing and taking a shot at that. I never really played many shows other than writers' rounds, and I didn't have an album out, and I still don't. You can buy our mashup on iTunes. And I have a website, devindawsonmusic.com, which I hope you guys will put in some link somewhere in some bio. I have a couple demos up there, and I have a SoundCloud, you know, soundcloud.com/devindawsonmusic that you can check out some demos. But I'm really working on figuring out what my next move is as far as releasing something publicly, because now, you know, it's like, okay, I gotta be conscious about the things that I release and the content that I put out there and the words that I say and the things that I do, because I am an artist, you know, whereas before I could say anything and try to get a direction for it, really.
And now people are watching too.
Exactly, you know, and I love that. But that being said, I love it because I need to make sure that it's me, and I need to find out who that is. And I think, you know, this time in our lives we're all going through trying to find out who we are. And more often than not, you just kind of go for it, and it one day you wake up and you blink and you're like, man, I am who I am, and like, you know, that's just the way it is. That sounds so hippie of me, but like,
it's true, man.
It's this unspoken feeling, and that's just the best way to describe it. And that's just how I think a lot of creative things are, and the way that people react to creation, and, you know, what makes the hairs on their neck raise up, or what things make them cry, or what things make them laugh. It's this unspoken thing that just really is why we do what we do, you know?
Yeah, dude, that's really cool to hear, especially like you having a lot of artists, I feel like, getting the attention and stuff don't have that mindset, and that's really good. That's really cool that you have that mindset.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man.
But let's shift focus, you know. You have this show, April 9th.
Correct.
With a lot of other talented artists, Baylor Wilson, Hunter Lee, and Brad Blackburn, I believe.
Yeah, all Belmont people, all country artists. It's going to be a really good show. Sometimes, you know, we all have best friends here in Nashville, so we play some kind of weird shows like funk pop mixed with reggae, mixed with country, mixed with
some melting pot,
whatever it is, you know what I mean? But like, it's cool to be playing a show that's it's true country artists and kind of showcasing the amazing talent that is Belmont University. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
That's very cool, man.
Yeah.
So for the people who haven't seen you before, you know, because you're new to the whole performing thing.
Correct.
What can they expect? You know, what's the Devin Dawson live experience like? What's the vibe?
Man, I try to just be real and honest. You know, I like to dance. You know, I like those grooving songs, but I also like those slow songs that just rip your heart out, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to play 2 or 3 of those in a row, because I just hope that it can reach somebody in the right way, and the reason that I wrote it, you know. So I try to be real and I try to be honest. Sometimes at the expense of a little dancing, but you know, just really it's gonna be a good plethora of. That's such a good word, man. I love that word. You know, upbeat stuff, slower things, a little acoustic songwriter stuff, definitely some country songs. I'm super influenced by classic rock and soul and Motown, and so anything I do kind of just has that vibe to it already. You know, John Fogerty, CCR, he's like one of my biggest heroes. I grew up in Northern California, so I'm that's like in my blood, you know what I mean? But it's just, you know, it's going to be real and it's going to be honest, and that's the best way I can describe it, man.
Awesome, man. Well, there you guys have it. Devin Dawson, catch him April 9th at the High Watt.
Yep.
Check out his music, www.devindawsonmusic.com.
Yes, sir.
thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the Nashville Radio, and we'll catch you later.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Really, dude.
Thanks, man.
Dude, how'd you feel?